Today's flight, I believe it was you, Christian, that suggested that we go to Monterey. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
good. So your wish is coming true,
Yay.
and we will be flying from Los Banos Municipal to Monterey Regional Airport, and as is stated here in the title, it's probably gonna be a combination of VFR and an IFR flight. If I go and check the weather, let's do observations. Don't mind this track because today's briefing will be also some kind of an exercise of what to do, because I'm not sure yet myself what exactly I'm gonna fly, so we'll see. Interesting stuff here. You can see that here, for example, just the current conditions are like marginal VFR. I believe that's yeah, marginal VFR. And here at our destination, it is currently VFR, but that can be changing like from minute by minute. So that's it. At our current departure, there is definitely in VFR weather, so there is no problem there. And what I'm seeing here is this is kind of a forecast. So you can see that we have some marine layer of clouds here that is breaking up at the surface or the shore. Since Monterey is very close, a lot of it will still be there. So we'll see what we'll be able to accomplish when we come in. If I look at the forecast, it should get slightly better. It should improve. If I go hour by hour, then it slightly improves. So that gives me some hope that we will be able to land there, because approach minima are quite high, I would say, for our approaches today. Wind-wise, let's first check the surface. So here at departure, we will be taking off to the north, most likely, and we will be landing to the west at our destination. Winds aloft are actually from the south, so notice that complete change of direction of the wind as we climb. Still at 3,000 feet is kind of indiscriminate, so it can blow in any direction, but mostly it's already turning south. 1,000 feet, yeah, it's still like that. So be prepared for some wind shifts along the way. All right. Our current destination airport, it has 2 runways. The shorter one is not really used for carrier operations, but we can land at it on it if we want it. However, there is no instrument approach for this runway, so it would be some kind of side-step maneuver. And since we will be probably parking here by the tower, it doesn't make any sense to use this short runway for us. And all the airport remarks are actually about what kind of aircraft are forbidden on what kind of surfaces. Nothing really concerns us. It says avoid flying RNF 28L RNF-Y when possible to reduce noise impacts. We'll check which one that one is. All right. Now, route planning. As you can see, it's kind of a mayhem, and we have several options what to do. Since the weather forecast is such that the risk of IFR weather is actually at the destination, and probably all the way even to Salinas Municipal or something like that, it should be VFR. Then we can actually fly the whole flight VFR and only then transition. I have prepared several tracks because, for example, this one is, let me just take this laser pointer. So this one is actually if we wanted to do a visual approach. This one is for the localizer approach. And this one is also for the localizer approach, but kind of a full IFR flight. utilizing the Victor Airways as much as possible. We need to decide what to do, and when we are speaking about approaches, then we can make this decision. Departure. Sorry, we have some. Okay. So today we are actually going to do the VFR departure, not IFR clearance on the ground. I included the departure procedure here just for reference. But today we have a VFR weather, so we don't need to adhere to that because we're gonna see. Just for your information, if you see something like that, basically it says that if you're climbing on a heading between this one clockwise to 151 from departure end of the runway, then you're fine. If you climb in any other direction, then you need to maintain some minimum climb all the way to 5,000 to 5,100 feet, and similar restrictions on the other departure. But again, it's a VFR weather, so no problem with that. Example of getting IFR clearance in the air is like here. So you just contact the facility. More likely it's going to be NorCal. You tell them your call sign, where you currently are, so position and altitude, and that you would like to pick up IFR to destination. It's good to already file the IFR flight plan on the ground, so they have something to work with. So that's what we'll do, and you will get some maybe simplified instructions, for example, like this, like you see. Yeah, so that's departure. En route and arrival. Just some examples here. It's good to get a approach request in time before you actually start that approach, and here are two examples what you can get. One is so for example, cross Los Banos Municipal at or above 4,500 and cleared raceway visual runway 28 left approach, or something else. We'll get to approaches really quickly here, so we'll probably spend most time on those. One quick reminder, if you get something like this, that you should cross some navigate or some place at or above some altitude and you are flying higher, that's basically a clearance to descend at the pilot's discretion. And in that case, it applies that if you start the descent before you start, you are within the boundaries of the approach, you need to let the ATC know that you have started descending. If you start the descent after that point that he cleared you for, you don't need to tell them anything because you're already on the approach and your vertical profile is your own. I will actually go here for the possible approaches. So first, let's tackle the raceway visual, runway 28 left. If I look at the TAF, it says that they expect a broken layer at 1,500, and from 2015 Zulu, which is about in 1 hour and a half, they expect just a few clouds at 1,500. I think we'll be there a little bit sooner, so not sure if this is gonna work for us, because if I look at this visual approach, and in order to fly this approach, weather minima are 3,000 foot ceiling, which if there is a broken layer of 1,500 definitely doesn't work, and 3 statute miles of visibility. So visibility is not a problem for us at this point, but the cloud ceiling is. However, as a visual approach, let's quickly look at it. It might seem like a VFR procedure, but it is not. It is instrument procedure. It's just that the final portion of the flight is done visually. And in this case, it advises that we have 2 points where we can start the approach. It's probably Charlie and Salinas. and you have a visually represented track, and you also have a textual description. So if you are coming from the east, that means from Charlie, we should proceed to Salinas Municipal Airport. Sorry, that's east. Yeah, this is this one, Salinas Municipal. So Salinas Municipal Airport, then proceed southwest, remaining east of State Highway 68. As you can see, there is no mention of this radial of this from the Salinas Municipal, but it's given here that it's on radial 212 from Salinas VOR, just for reference. But the main port is to stay east of State Highway 68 until a beam Laguna Seca Raceway. There is Laguna Seca Raceway here. When you are abeam of that, you basically turn and turn to the runway and land. There are some altitude restrictions, 4,500 here and 1,500 here. This is since there is a bar below that, it means that you need to be at this altitude or above. If you're coming from the southeast, you should proceed from Charlie on 278 course to Hutad, which is here, and it's 1 mile south of the Laguna Seca Raceway. And again, you should see that, and you have different altitudes here. So you can be cleared for this approach. You just fly it. You can here for this 278. I believe that you can take the localizer help because there is a localizer IMTB that has this course 278, so it can help you. And probably also need it kind of because there are no visual clues here. So this one should be actually easier to fly if we have the weather, but I don't know if we're gonna have the weather. I guess we can always try for it because the other approach can also start as Salinas Municipal. So if we have the weather, we can try this approach. If not, then we need to fly the localizer or something like that. We'll see. Any questions to the visual approach? If not, I'll just open the second one, which is the localizer to runway 28 left. Has two initial approach fixes, if I saw correctly, and that is either Charlie or Wiggle. Charlie is there, it's the point where you can also start the visual approach, and the Wiggle is there a little bit more to the east. You can start the approach also from Salinas, but remember this is not an initial approach fix, this is just a feeder route that you can utilize, and you can recognize this as a feeder route because it has a minimum en route altitude, it has a course, and it has a distance. Just notice that the procedure is not available for arrivals on the Salinas Vortec Airway radials 083 clockwise 188. If I look at my path here, if I'm on this airway Victor 230, I can actually take this approach even if it's a more than a 90-degree turn, because it's forbidden for arrivals from 083 all the way to 188, right? So it's forbidden for these radials. Right, so then if we start at Salinas, then it means to fly this 140 to Charlie. Then when at Charlie, we can recognize it. If you do not have a GPS, then we can recognize it by crossing the localizer. So we would have two radios tuned in, and we would need to do a procedure entry turn here. Or hold in lieu of procedure entry. For this one, I believe that the parallel would actually be the best one. So when we cross Charlie, we fly parallel to this for 1 minute and then make a teardrop entry here, and we are on the localizer. If I look at the vertical profile, it says that from the final approach fix, we have a vertical profile of 3.50 degrees, and we already, if we take our climb and descent table that you should have available somewhere, And let's say that I am doing like a 90 knots a ground speed. That would mean that I need to make a vertical speed of 555, so 555 feet per minute vertical descent to be able to kind of do this continuous descent approach, CDA approach here, all the way to the visual point and to the MDA. Minimum descent altitude is 1,860 feet, and herein lies another problem that we might encounter, because the clouds might actually be lower. So it might not be the best approach to fly. However, if I'm not doing the visual, I will do this one with priority, and if it doesn't work out, I'll just go mist and try the RNF approach instead. I actually did the calculation before, and because this descent angle is actually valid from final approach fix all the way to MDA here, or to visual descent point. If I want to configure myself for the steady descent already before, I calculated that I need to have like 15.5 miles on my DME. So not 17.5. So let's say that when I cross Charlie at 6,100, I will still fly 6,100, and when when my DME reaches 15.5, only then I will start my continuous descent. And obviously, while doing that, I still need to look that I don't, descend below these altitudes. So even if I think that I'm configured correctly, I still need to make sure that at Rodney I am above 4,600, at Wuxun I am above 4,060, and so on and so forth. Missed approach is to climb to 3,000, so straight. Climb to 3,000, then climbing right turn to 5,000 on heading 360 and Salinas Vortex radial 264 to Salinas Vortex and hold. So basically you climb to 3,000, then you turn right 360, and when you cross this radial, it will make a right turn and go to Salinas VOR Vortex, and then enter the hold. And this is a direct entry because we are already on this radial when coming in. Remember, radial 264 means flying the course 084 to this Salinas VOR. So that's it, and then hold, and obviously if we needed to go around or go mist because of the cloud ceilings or because we couldn't see the runway, then we have one more approach available, and that's actually this RNF Yankee that they said that we should not use it if at all possible, because of the noise. However, I believe that this Zulu one is actually RNP. It has some how it's called, radius to fix turns, and also here we are not really properly say it, certified for it, or our aircraft are not certified for it. You can see it's authorization required, and that means both the pilot and the aircraft needs to be certified for this. In the simulator we can obviously fly it, but in the real world I believe they would not get it. We would not get it. It's kind of if you look at the track, it's actually the same as the visual approach. It's exactly the same from Salinas. It's 214 at OQP and Hutad. So that's what we would effectively fly. So let's not do that one, and let's look at this. Let's look at this one. So again, this is one that can start from Salinas, not as an initial approach fix, but obviously as a feeder route. Remember, when we fly that feeder route here, again there is a need to do a procedure entry. So I believe that this one could also be kind of a either direct. Yeah, I believe direct entry is sufficient here. So you cross Hixar, then turn left, and then basically enter the hold, and then you can continue. it's yeah, and then you follow the points. One thing to notice here is that the final approach course is not lined up with the runway, so there is 261 final approach course offset, yeah, some degrees, almost 17 degrees. And it has also LP and LNAV minima. LP stands for Localizer Performance. It doesn't have any vertical profile, so again, a localizer type approach without vertical profile. Depending on your GPS unit, it can give you some vertical guidance, but the main thing is to remain at those altitudes when flying it. It has lower minima, 1,880 feet, so it is like 800 feet or 700 feet below the localizer approach minima, and in that case we should have better chance of actually landing if we are using this one. Yep. And missed approach is climbing right turn to 6,000 direct, this 4 and hold. Missed approach point is the Utuya, so not the runway threshold, but Utuya. And yeah. And that brings me again, we discussed approaches. I believe, I know that it was kind of packed and quick today, so if you have any questions to the approaches, what to do, how to do, when to do, let me know, and we can discuss it.
So when flying the localizer, you don't really have to do the continuous descent. Like, can you also do just dive and drive?
Yes, you
You
can.
have to fly?
Yes, you can do dive and drive, definitely. It's just that it's nowadays preferred to learn the this continuous descent approach. Obviously, you can try for it, and if you see that you are ending up too high, not about Yitut or not about Yitut, but when you are too high at Rodney or Wuxun and you need to descend faster, you just descend faster. That's fine.
Yeah.
But as a practice, I would try for it, and you'll see how it goes. If it doesn't work, no problem. You just continue. Yeah. One thing I wanted to also mention this localizer one is that this is the visual descent point, I believe it's called, marked with this V. And let me just make it here on the big one. If you can see, it's 4.2 nautical miles from the runway, and you should be at 1,860 feet as a minimum. Since the touchdown zone is 257, that means that it's like 1,500 or 1,600 feet above the runway. That's like exactly like the path. If you keep descending at this angle, it's like that will take you to the runway threshold. So it might be tempting, if you can't see, let's say that you are at 4.1 at DME and you still don't see the runway, it might be tempting to go around immediately here because you said, okay, I would not be able to descend anyway. The procedure actually calls for you maintain this altitude, and the missed approach point is this one, right? So when you are basically at the or 0.1, you're basically at the DME, only then you start climbing and execute the missed approach procedure. So even though you don't see the runway, just fly still straight, for it's gonna take at least 2 minutes, I believe, and or 3 minutes even, and only then do the missed approach procedure. Obviously, if we have ATC and they tell us that we should climb already immediately, then you can. But if you want to stick to the procedure, you need to fly level all the way to the missed approach point.
You can kind of consider it as an optional missed approach point. If you can see the runway by then, fine, you can descend. If not, you can still fly it with the actual missed approach point.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
you know, if you are at this altitude and you see the runway when you are very close, you won't be able to land anyway. You know.
Yeah.
Yes, we are flying the GA here, so you can afford to do shenanigans or more shenanigans than if you are like an airline pilot. They have like their SOPs, their operation procedures, and they basically, I believe here their SOPs would say that if you cannot see that runway at this visual point or visual descent point, you will need to do a missed approach procedure, because you will need to level off, and then you would not be able to get to the runway in a normal manner in a stabilized approach. In a GA, in a Piper, you cut the throttle, you do some side forward slip, and you fall like a rock. So I guess it is doable, but again, depends on your pilot skills and what you are willing to risk.
Yeah, I'm going around at the visual descent point then.
Yeah, but try to remain level, and only here start climbing. That's also important because it actually counts that you don't start the turn too early, right? If you start the missed approach point at this point here, you would be at 3000 very quickly, and you will start turning already there, and it can disrupt other traffic or something like that. So yeah. Any other questions to any of the approaches or anything else? I guess not. So I'll wish you happy flying and see you at Monterey.
Goodbye.
Happy flying.
Fine.
A quick walk around before we topped off our fuel tanks for today, and let's start the aircraft. So full mixture, crack the throttle. Yeah, fuel pump and look for the fuel pressure to rise. It's going up, right? This aircraft for some reason doesn't want to start. If I don't use the primer at least once, so we'll do that. We are pretty low, almost at sea level, so no problem starting with the full mixture. Parking brake is not set, so let's set parking brake. We'll also set the trim, and let's start the aircraft. Nobody around, beacon on. Ah, failed. Let's try again. Oh, do I have something with the starter? It was actually going all lines. Alternator, electric battery is there. Let's see what's going on. Try again. Now that's better. Right. Engine's in the green, so I'll just lean, and I forgot to decide what exactly I'm gonna do. Sorry, not this one, the other one. So, I believe that I will fly. I will fly VFR all the way to Salinas. So I'm gonna change this, and I had my eyes on. Where am I? I had my eyes on something. This is. I didn't want to use. Did I want to use this range? No. What I wanted to do. Yeah, I believe I can go to... Let me open the presentation, what the hell I did there. Yeah, I saw some water. Ah. Yeah, okay, so let me see. Yeah, I saw this water, so I'm gonna do, yeah, this is what I wanted to do. And then obviously Salinas here. So I'm just gonna do the, I'm gonna do the VOR, it's basically on the airport. So this will be my initial flight. And I will go to Salinas and I'll see if I am able to do the visual or not, visual approach or not. So what am I gonna file as far as IFR goes? I believe it's just direct. I will fly, yeah, I will just that one there. And I will not activate the VFR flight plan before being closer. So let's connect. Let's do the flight plan. Yes. Right, so call sign. Scar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie. It's gonna be IFR. BA-24, it's a light aircraft. Equipment, FAA. I will file for G today, even though I'm not gonna using that. KLSN off block, let's say 1915, altitude 8000. Even though I'm not gonna do that, airspeed 145, just guessing at this point. KMRY arrival, no alternate. Actually, I require an alternate, right? Because of the weather forecast. Weather forecast is below 2000 feet, so I need to fill in some alternate. Let's quickly look for some. And we'll use... let's see. Even Salinas? Yes, let's do Salinas. We have a much better forecast there. Yes, it works. So it's gonna be KSNS. NS. En route time. Yeah, sure. En route time is about 26 minutes, so let's do 30 minutes. Fuel endurance, I have like 4 hours. And route details, just SNS. And I believe that's alright, so let's just file it. Yes. Okay. I will be opening the approaches as I need them, so they don't clutter my screen here. And let's also produce the navlog. Close this one. I don't need this one. Alright. Yeah, I could have turned on the avionics already. So let's turn them on. $122.8, yes. Hours 42. Fill in, yes. Refuel to the 60, yes. Alright, that's it. And we got the automated, yeah. I will squawk 4570 when I want to get the IFR flight clearance. So far I don't need it. I will need the Salinas VOR there.
Los Banos traffic, November 36 Echo.
The 117.3. The 117.3, I will put it there, and also I will configure the same one to my second radio.
I can hear myself on Discord for some reason when I speak on the radio.
Interesting.
Maybe you configured push to talk somehow by mistake, but I could not. I could hear you, I believe, only once, so probably just the V-pilot.
Yeah, strange for some reason. The CTAF is 122.8, right?
Yeah, maybe you didn't hear yourself on Discord, but maybe check that you don't have a standby frequency and you don't. Well, sorry, COM2 configured on the same frequency and listening to it.
No, it's a
No?
different one.
Okay. That's what I did once and I was confused.
Oh, I remember that. But in this case, okay. Need to hunt that down somehow.
Alright, let's continue here. So what I wanted to do, yes, I have a plan. I have some guidance here, so it's 8,000. I don't really want to climb to 8,000. I'm gonna do that just 6,000. So let's just do a
Los Banos traffic, November 36
one.
Echo radio check. VFR. Thank you.
No, it's gone. I didn't change anything. Strange.
So it's just 6,000. It's roughly 6,000. I'm gonna obviously go like 4,500 maybe, just that one. That's all right though. It's gonna be similar. So departure will be. Let's see. Departure will be a runway 32 because of the wind, and then we'll just turn on track
Los
immediately.
Banos traffic, November
Comanche 6529 Lima, radio check.
The ramp taxi into runway 32, Los Banos.
Just patience.
Right. I will just configure destination here if I need to load the approach. So I have it there prepared. Back. I'm gonna do this one. Reset the timer, obviously. Yes, and I wanted to configure also the localizer frequency already in the standby. 110.7. So 11. Oh, that's 0.7 down there, and also 110.7 up here. All right. And I will also configure the COM frequency to my destination tower for now, which is 118.4. Like so. Okay.
Comanche 6529 Lima, radio check.
Los 5.
Thank you.
So we have 3007. No, we don't have altimeter here, so we need to take the altitude of the airport is 121. So let's change it so it's
Los Banos traffic. Comanche 6529 Lima on the GA ramp taxi into runway 32 behind the arrow. Los Banos.
and we'll take the map just for taxiing. Los Banos traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, Piper Comanche, also taxiing to runway 32 behind the aircraft that's there. Los Banos. Okay, parking brake off.
Los Banos traffic, November 187 Victor Delta, is timer D40. Also taxiing to runway 28 from the apron, Los Banos.
Okay. Engine's running smoothly. Let's check magnetos. Good drop, 100 RPM. Left magneto. Yes, also good. Very nice. Get some fresh oil into the prop. And once more.
Los Banos traffic, 36 Echo, departing runway 32, straight out departure, Los Banos.
Right. Repeat. You have a drop. Very good. Idle. Alright. Raise it a little bit and mixture. Very nice. You keep it in the green there. Probably not move. Yes, we'll move. Okay, so that's already done. So today we are gonna do a left 45-degree departure, a crosswind departure. And if I look at my map, that should put us there, and we then try to get back to our course here. So departure, turn left, and at 1,500 or 1,600 feet at this case.
Los Banos traffic, Comanche
towards there.
6529 Lima,
Should go left
departing
with these
runway
speeds.
32, straight out departure, Los Banos.
And I'll turn off the map at this point. Going last today. Problem.
Los Banos traffic, Arrow 36 Echo, upwind runway 32, 1,700, climbing 6,000, departing to the west, final call, Los Banos. Los Banos traffic, Diamond 187 Victor Delta, taking off, runway 32, Los Banos.
So check our control surfaces. Yes, full movement is there. Good. We're gonna depart without any flaps today.
Los Banos traffic, Comanche 6529 Lima, 1,000 feet, upwind runway 32, departing to the west, Los Banos.
Yeah, and the one thing I didn't do is to synchronize my gyro there. completely opposite. So it should be about there. This is our departure runway, that is good. And then our heading. Actually, let me put this one as a departure runway, and heading back I will select on the course that I will want to ultimately fly. Or heading I would want to ultimately fly. So that is 213.
And
That's
the
right
Banos
there.
traffic, November, when it sounds like the Delta, upwind 1,200 feet, departing westbound, Los Banos.
Los Banos traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, taking off runway 32 left, 45-degree crosswind departure, Los Banos. Okay, let's hit it. Airspeed is alive. Engine in the green. $80 knots. Brakes. Gear up. And I'll just reuse the power a bit. Keep the engine cool. Fuel pump can go off. We are 1,000 feet, so let's do the 45-degree turn. Started picking up the VOR. It's the runway there. And we are now 1,500 feet AGL, so let's make our turn. Los Banos traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie at 2,000 feet, about 2 miles west of the airfield, climbing to 4,500 and departing to the west. Final call, Los Banos. As our first timer, we have this one. It activates automatically in the air. I will pitch down a little bit, maybe go to 120 miles per hour there. And landing lights can go off. Higher airspeed should help us also maintain the engine temperatures cool. So if I see the map, we should cross this ridge a little bit south of the highest peak there. So probably like there or there. Or maybe this is the highest peak. We'll see. We are almost at the level of the airport, so I can actually climb line up a little bit and also reduce mixture. We're above 3,000 feet. Yeah, so we'll actually fly someplace there. You already see our marine layer there, so see how that goes. Coming up at 4,500. So let's level off. I will go to my favorite setting of 1900 RPM. And reduce the throttle to get about 50% horsepower. Today I will try to use this lean find. Let's see how that works. Temperature still rising, so I'm just waiting with the setting. Pianist. Okay. So I add just a bit. Yes. All right. So right about that, and I will. Yeah, I have 50% power exactly. So that's actually what I want. I'm doing 130 knots indicated at this altitude and this temperature. It might actually be quite more. I don't care at this point. So we are crossing this ridge, obviously. And there we can see the marine layer. So what we are looking for. First of all, the whole time it should take us for our first user fix is about 13 minutes plus maybe 2 minutes for the actually getting back on course. So I would say about 15 minutes. We should be in the middle. You can see we have the end of the reservoir there, so we are actually in the middle, roughly. Maybe a little bit, not exactly at the middle yet. When we cross the ridge, I don't know if we are gonna able to hit this small body of water, small mini lake, or this racetrack, but we'll look for it and we'll see. In any case, at some point we should be. I will tune that so it. Actually, not yet, but I can already know the course. And the course is actually the true track minus variation, which is 251 minus 13. So it's gonna be about, not about, but it's gonna be 238, yes, or 239 as is written here. That's fine by me. That's when we turn the this thingy, OBS, when we come to that. So far the aircraft is flying beautifully. I don't need to touch the elevator at all. You can expect some turbulence above the mountains there, but it's fine. Apart from the ridge, I don't think there is anything else to see. Let's just cross it. Guys, don't forget about the CTAF at our destination, which is 118.4.
Yep, okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Roger that.
I'll put a little bit of left rudder, and actually it's time to change the tanks. So this one goes on, this one goes off. Let's deplete the right one for now. Yeah, we can see a lot of marine layer there, but not actually here in front of us, so we'll see how that goes. Ah, could it be that we have a water there? Yeah, it could be. We have mountains behind, and we'll see. We'll see if we hit it. We're doing nice 10.8 gallons. Actually very good. Yeah, I believe that's our mini lake, as I called it. So from there, we're gonna go 2, 3, 5. Already select the heading there. Oh, we are actually doing right turn. Oh, yes. Oh, so we will be going into those clouds. So on the left side we should see that mini lake, and on the right side there should be some racetrack. We'll see. We'll see when we get there. And 15 minutes sounds like a good estimate that I will be there at that time. climbed a bit, but let's stay there. So if I look more closely, this racetrack should be next to the road that's actually going right there. Maybe it's closer. Maybe it's below us. We're gonna cheat a little bit, shall we? Yep. It's actually... I can't see there. It's actually here, I believe. When we cheated, we could see it. Oh, it doesn't look so bad here. Might try for a visual there. Let's see what the weather is. But we will have an updated weather in 20 minutes, so maybe we'll see. Okay, so it's 15 minutes, so I'm gonna start this timer and make a note that it took us 15 minutes to get here, and we need to turn, maybe descend a bit. Yes. And we want to see the distance. It's just 15 miles to the VOR. Based on experience, I'll just do like 3 notches. Actually flying straight and level, so it... Oh, it's again. It's a little bit bumpy, so we are like very close to what we should be. So anyway, I believe we are going alright, so let's put this to 239er and we should be basically on it. We are not, but we are close. And the most important tag is to actually go straight to it. Yeah, we are basically on it. That's fine for now. Why we are going so fast? Yeah, so according to the METAR, that is old. KMRY, we have a broken layer of 220, so it's actually not good for the visual because the weather minima there is 3,000 feet. Do we cheat it? Because it doesn't look like we should see it. No, I believe we should fly the localizer. The localizer from Salinas. So that does mean that on this course I will prepare myself for 278. Yes. I will input my squawk, IFR squawk that they gave me, which is 4570, 4570, enter. We have descended quite a bit. Should take me to SNS about 7 minutes. I believe I can see it looks like a runway, or this looks like a runway. And the call sign is Monterey traffic. It would be Monterey traffic. I will put this on my second screen because I need to look at it at the same time and flying, so that's it. Yes, this is the airport. I will be flying there to start the approach. We should be quite high. We should be at 6,100 feet there. So let's climb.
Where are you going to park in Monterey?
I'm planning to park by the tower somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's 6,100. And I believe we can turn that to 140. Actually start the turn there. And intercept. So, according to the approach, it's 12.7 miles, so when I'm nearing that, I will switch to the Localizer frequency on my second navigation radio. Actually, there are no clouds. Could have probably landed quite fine with the visual approach, because the airport is there. Well, anyway. At least I'm gonna practice the localizer approach. What about this one? It's very stable and actually right where it should be. Great.
Monterey traffic, Comanche 6529 Lima's about 10 miles to the northeast, inbound on the racetrack, approach runway 28 left, Monterey.
They're doing the racetrack approach, good for them. Gonna take longer. At this point I can stop this. I will use this when needed.
Yeah, looks like clear weather in Monterey, even though the meter says it's broken, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing the localizer.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, I saw that, but yeah, it can get worse at any time, I believe.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, 18 degrees Celsius and 11 degrees dew point. Oh well.
Soon I'm gonna.
Monterey traffic, November 27 Victor Delta, about 10 miles to the southeast of runway 28 left on the Arnav Yankee approach for 2 left, Monterey.
Okay, we are almost there, like 3 more miles. Let's switch the frequency. Yeah. I know that I need to positively identify in this aircraft. I was not able to find out how to do that exactly, but we'll use this, which should be turned to 278, and when this kind of intersects, I will take it as a sign that I am crossing Charlie initial approach fix. We're almost there. And I will need to go opposite of 278, which I also select here to make a parallel entry. And that is now. So let's turn left. I descended more than I wanted to. Going like this and start the timer. Climb back up. In the meantime, I can switch the frequency also on the first one. Select the approach course 278. Brief right, so
Monterey traffic, Comanche 29 Lima, short final 28 left, Monterey.
climb back to 6,100. Yes. I can turn on the landing lights. I believe the southerly winds are actually pushing us to the left a bit there. We'll manage. Okay, 1 minute. Gonna turn. Turning sharper. Okay, intercept back.
Monterey traffic, November 1, select Delta, step dive D 40 on final, runway 3 left, Monterey.
Monterey traffic, Comanche 6529 Lima is vacated, runway 28, Monterey.
Now at 15.5 or so, I would want to start my continuous descent and be also configured for lower speed. So let's actually start slowing down. See what ground speed I'm doing right now. 142, okay. So if I want to go, let's say 120, I need to do 745 descent angle. From 5.5. Fuel pump goes on. Okay, let's start descending now. Okay, at 14.6 I need to be above 5,400. That's good. At 11.5 it's 4,600. .5 4,600. If it will be higher. Monterey traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, Piper Comanche on the 13 mile final to runway 28 left. Monterey. So 11.5 4,600.
Monterey traffic, What's up, Victor Delta,
We're doing
vacated
higher
runway
speed.
3 left, Monterey.
I actually need to descend faster. Yeah, we're high on the profile, so let's descend more, and I will help myself by pushing the prop forward. That will help us descend. Next one is Buxun 10 DME 4060. I can see the runway, it's actually good for the visual approach. We're still above, yeah, above that. Next one is Zilku 7.3 DME 3020 feet. Can do a full mixture at this point. Preparation for the landing. I can put the gear down, it will slow me down. .3 3020. Yeah, that is actually slowing me down. Yeah, and then I descend all the way to 1860. Let's also slow down the aircraft already. As I can see the runway just fine. Monterey traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, 5-mile final at runway 28 left, Monterey. That's my ground speed right now, 112. I need to slow down. Let's do first flaps. Doesn't look like broken layer to me. Not even scattered or anything. Okay, second notch of flaps. Monterey traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, final runway 28 left, long landing, Monterey. Have a wind from the north there.
Monterey traffic, November 36 Echo, type Piper Arrow on a 12 mile final runway 28 left, Monterey.
Monterey traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, runway is vacated, taxiing to parking by the tower. Right. We have two that have landed already, right?
Yes. Yeah,
Yep.
And you're not staying next to each other.
I think you're coming right next to me. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little further down.
Yeah, I'll park it right here. Right here. It's easier.
Yeah.
yeah, I had a lot of static, I don't know, aircraft. I'm not sure who's who.
Alright, welcome to Monterey. So, let's bring up the map. And I just want to put the approach there and see if we did it right. Just do very simple like that. Show arrival procedures. I flew the localizer to it left, transition SNS, yes. Insert that approach. Okay. Yeah, and obviously we flew there as we wanted, so that's fine. Then we joined this feeder route. We did a very nice parallel entry, I would say, and we almost hit Charlie correctly. Then we were able to stay right on track all the way. That's good. But we had an advantage that we could actually see the runway, that's true, but still I believe that it was very nicely flown. We didn't have IMC weather at the end. And we definitely should have. If I look at the latest, well, actually few, 2,300 right now, so yeah. And let's see, I did not adjust the altimeter at all, which was my very big mistake, because we were actually flying lower. Should have been. Yeah, this is the correct setting. 100 feet lower. Yes, that happens. Without the ATC, you are more prone to forget such things. But in any case, I hope you enjoyed the flight, even though it was not in IMC conditions. It's perfectly visual. Anyway, I enjoyed the flight. See you next time. Bye bye.